What's up, YouTube? Here with another video to recap yesterday's game against the Browns. Um, just to start off with our defense, and I'm just going to talk a little bit of our offense and more about what we did and what did Cleveland didn't do. So, obviously Cleveland, they're struggling this year. I believe they only won 2 games. So I still thought that they were gonna play us tough. I didn't think they were gonna roll over, and just because of their record, like when you look at football, anybody can be beaten any given Sunday. I don't look at records. I still think that this team had a really good shot to win and beat us. They are coming off a bye, so I thought mentally they'll be more sharp, healthier. Most guys will, play a little bit tougher. And last night it showed a lot more of Cleveland Browns. Basically in a way they gotten exposed. Like like our team, we really exposed this Browns team. Like they just cannot win. I just think they're just not gonna have a good season this year, based off of what I've seen yesterday. The Browns come off of a bye. Okay, you guys are playing us, New England, and it was just so many mental mistakes with this team, and I think that's the biggest part of why we basically won this game. I mean, it was pretty much over from the get go, from the start. Like Nick Chubb, the 2 turnovers, the 2 fumbles. It gave us that lead and that momentum to basically win the game. I mean, you can't be down in New England, especially in the first quarter when it's all the momentum is on us, and with our defense, it's like looking at 17-0, our defense is basically like, just don't give up a touchdown. They can get completions, but just don't give up a touchdown. Like, if that was just that, that's why you just can't be losing to New England. You can't be down big in Foxborough and expecting to win because how good our defense is. So that's pretty much how I looked at it from like the first quarter. I'm like, this team not winning. They're not beating us. Like, we're up 17-0. Still a lot of football left. You shouldn't look at the first quarter, but to me it was just like, this defense is gonna give up, 20 points to beat us. Like, I didn't see them marching down the field and scoring 20 straight points on us. So I just thought it was over from like the first quarter. The Browns, it was a lot of mental mistakes, and in the way they were just beating themselves, man. They shooting themselves in the foot. They had about man, I wish I had the stat in front of me, but I believe they had like at least 10 penalties. It's a lot of just mental things. Lining up all sides. There was one like an offensive pass interference. What's the penalty with face mask and like just all these penalties where it's just like this is just stupid stuff. Like, all the penalties basically went towards the Cleveland Browns, and it was legit too. A lot of it was shown on instant replays. Like, this team was just mentally just making a lot of errors, and that's what hurt them yesterday game, and that's why they lost the game. They just mentally wasn't prepared to play against us. It's not about offense. I mean, football is offense, defense, special teams, coaching. But if the players are making mental mistakes on the field, that's what's going to cause you guys to not win games, and that's what we seen yesterday with the Browns. They weren't executing on offense. Defensively, it was just a lot of mistakes. Guys just wasn't in their position. Guys were just not playing well. So, when I look at the Browns, it was just more what they didn't do for themselves to win. Patriots, offensively, we put up 27 points, but the Browns only put up 13 with Odell Beckham and Lauren Landry. That just shows, like, again, they didn't produce enough. They only put up 13 points. A lot of it had to do with our defense. Shout out to Lawrence Guy, man. That was a great interception. That was a funny interception, like how he just read that play. And then obviously, like, one of the best plays of the game was the chase down with Jonathan Jones when Nick Chubb, ran off of that 60-yard run. He thought he had open day. He did have open daylight, and I just think he didn't expect someone to chase him down. And it was just a really good strip and fumble. It just turned the whole game around. And Nick Chubb, he did have a good game against us. Shout out to him. He did rush for 131 yards on us. He had a great game, but it was just it was so much offense. There was so much mistakes on the Browns where they couldn't stay on the field to really get that momentum. I mean, they did march down the field and get a touchdown on us. That was probably the best drive they put together. But other than that, they didn't execute in the red zone. They were just their offense was just out of sync. So, shout out to our defense, incredible defense. Everybody played well. Gilmore, he took Beckham out the game. That's why I didn't even start Beckham on my fantasy. I'm like, nah, man, Gilmore's on them. Nah, I'm straight. I'm not gonna start Beckham. But he only had like 50 yards receiving. Luan Landry was the same story with him. He was pretty much out of the game. So It was just a really, really good team effort, and then offensively, I do feel like the Patriots, we could have put up a little bit more points in the second half. We only put up basically 10 points in the second half of the football game. Our offense is still kind of shaky. To me, what I think about the Patriots, again, I think a lot of guys are running their routes. Shout out to, James White, receiving back. He's doing his thing, but I just think it's our offensive line. I think that's the biggest part of this offense of why it's not operating the way it is. I just think our offensive line is struggling to protect Brady, and I think Brady doesn't play. He's not playing good this year as far as being, pressured. I think there's got to be some type of stat where Brady's he's got to be like the worst quarterback under pressure. He just doesn't do well under pressure. It's been we've seen it this year, a lot of intentional grounding by him. He's not risking a lot. He's being rushed, he's throwing the ball away, or he's going straight down. And I think that's what's happening with the Patriots. Marcus Cannon, I love him. He's one of our best linemen, offensive linemen that's blocking for Brady, but everyone else is a little bit suspect. So, I think we need to figure out the offensive line. Because, again, Dorsett, he's running his routes. Edelman is running his routes. Ben Watson, he's running his routes. But I just think, it's not our receivers. I think it's just the offensive line. When it comes to crucial points of the game, third downs, our offensive line is just not blocking Brady enough to give him time to make plays. So, because, we have a good playbook where players run these routes, but, he's just being pressured. I think that's what we're seeing from the Patriots. It's not our receivers, it's not our running backs, it's not our tight end. I just think it's our offensive line that's not giving Brady enough time to make a pass. He's just being pressured, and Brady is not really mobile. I mean, Brady's good at if he's getting rushed, he's good at stepping into the pocket, but when he's rolling out and he's running, it just makes me cringe. Like Brady he just looks so unathletic. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, he's a good athlete, but I wouldn't put him in a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put Brady in a basketball game. But Brady running outside the pocket. That's just something that that's just something he hasn't been really, really good at. But stepping into the pocket to make a play, like we seen with Edelman when he connected with Edelman. That's what Brady does. He can step into the pocket, but running outside and trying to make a play. You know what I'm saying? But, just a great game, man. Great game. On the Baltimore, a lot of people say, guys are playing easy schedules, man. I give you guys the first half, but I think I don't care, man. I'm counting on Cleveland Browns, man. That's a good team. So from yesterday, moving forward, we're going to play a lot of tough teams. We play Baltimore next week. That's going to be legit. And then, the week after that is the Texans. So, again, our schedule is going to be, legit. So I'm looking forward to seeing those type of wins that we are going to go. Because, again, Baltimore, man, I think, we can beat them. I might try to do a video on that. I'm going to try to do a video on that for you guys, my predictions. But, it's going to be legit. You know what I'm saying? We can't control who we play. You know what I'm saying? We can't control who we play. So, this was just a great game. And this is just basically my recap on what I've seen. And, if you guys want to drop a comment below, subscribe. A lot of Patriot Nation fans, man, I want this to be a community for all you guys where we could all just come together and just talk Patriots. So, shout out to you guys, man, and see you guys on my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get some dialogue in the comment section. See you guys on my next video. Tell me, do you think we're gonna win against next week against the Ravens, or do you think, or just tell me about, yesterday's game. What was your favorite player? See you guys on my next video, and be sure to check out all my latest videos. See you guys on my next video. Peace.